Okay, I mentioned the other day that I was thinking about mounting my new Romeo X Pro on a on an AOS slide plate for my agency arms pistol. But I also mentioned I thought about maybe doing something with my my P226 RXP, and which is what I ended up doing. You can see fits very well on there. What you'll also notice though is I took off the suppressor height X-Ray 3 sights that came with the pistol and put this lower set of 3-dot sights that I had laying around, you know, like kind of like on a standard SIG pistol, because this sight really is, it sets super low, and you can see that it's even these standard sights really clear. That little notch has the notch in the back here on the sight, and even with these low sights you can clear that. So I still need to take it out to the range and get it sighted in, but it's pretty nice. It's from all the testing I've seen on it, you know, it's pretty durable. Aaron Cowan did his usual, you know, abuse and drop testing and so forth. And one guy was at the Humble Marksman channel, I think, was, you know, had one on a slide and driving nails with it and stuff like that. So I'm sure it will be durable enough for my use. The one thing I like about it, my wife, when she was first looking at it, she didn't like it, but you know, these buttons are kind of hard to push. The way they've got the surrounded on there, you really have to get in there at just the right way to push those buttons to move them, which is actually very very good, obviously, if you want to carry this for concealed carry, especially if you got it up against your body. Even in like a duty holster or whatever, it's nice not to have those things accidentally moving around. But especially if you're carrying it concealed up against your body. One thing I'm willing to do with a double action hammer-fired pistol that I'm not willing to do with something like a Glock is carry it up against my body without it being in a holster. I know I was watching a video on the Tactical Hive, and one of the former Delta guys on there was talking about carrying his SIG, like a P365 or something like that, or maybe a P320, some compact version of that, with just a clip draw on it and inside his belt up against his body. And you know, apparently he's okay with that, with a striker fired pistol and you know, kind of a short light trigger pull. I personally don't want to chance that. I am not interested in having any gun I've got go off when I'm not planning to. It's bad enough if you light off a round because you're being negligent and put a bullet through something you don't want to have it just happen because it's in your pants without the trigger being secure is really something I don't want to experience. And so with a double action pistol like this, though, with a, you know, long heavy trigger pull and where you can see what's going on with the hammer, I feel a lot more comfortable with something like that. If you need to stick it in your pants without a holster or something for whatever, I can live with that. But something I won't do with like a Glock or certainly a P320 or M&P, something like that with a really short light trigger. It's better with a Glock perhaps than some of those others, you know. But one thing about this is that behind the sight, in this in that sight cutout, there is a tiny sliver of light. If you hold it up, you can see it's not it doesn't, you know, like wedge down in real tight within this cutout, which if you're going to be abusing it a lot, you know, pounding it on fence posts and stuff like that, it'd be kind of nice to do that. But for just carry use, I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. Those screws that go in here, you have to really turn the screws a lot. They're pretty long screws, and go down in there nice and snug and tight, and I don't think the sight's going to come loose at all. Even if you were to knock it around a little, you know, be better if you had the back of the sight and the front of it wedged up tight against the slide, but I don't think it's going to move it around. I don't think it's going to put too much stress on those screws the way it's in there, especially how low it is and how much threads you have down inside the body of the slide. But anyway, that's what I ended up doing with my Romeo X Pro, and it seems like it belongs on here. I thought about leaving the other sights on there, but they were just too high, take up too much of the window. So it sits down low, and it's not that huge of a window. It is kind of nice having the night sights, those 3-dot sights on there, you know, the night sights, if you're trying to find the gun in a low light environment. But these are fine. Just the typical, normal, everyday SIG sights that everybody's been using for decades. And I'll let you know how it works. We'll have to take it out to the range now and get it sighted in. I know this is a pretty accurate gun from when I've been shooting it before with the other sight on there and all of that. So there's no questions about its accuracy. You just have to get this particular red dot sighted in. And there you go. Thanks.